Yan, hello. Okay na ba? Okay naman ba 'to? May nag-message agad, Hello, sabi ni Babs, saka ni Aaron. Uy, the caption got my attention. Attention. Papa-level natin si Albedo. Teka, mag-share lang ako pala. Nakalimutan ko. Wait lang. Share lang natin 'to. Kanina pa dapat ako lolo ko yung ano ko, yung aking mga apps. Nag-restart pa ako ng ano, tapos kumain na lang din ako. Kasi nagwawala na ako dito eh. And ito yung bagong character si Albedo na nawarat lang yung mukha niya eh. Double check ko lang to. Bakit ganito sila? Bakit ganito kaliit? Wait lang. Ganito na nga lang. Wait lang. Pasok lang natin to dito. Kasi, ay, nako. Hindi naman ata naglalag. Share lang natin. Genshin. Genshin. Notify ba? May sound ba yung game? Parang walang sound yung game pala. Meron naman. Ayan. So, checking the resin. Okay naman. 122. Mag-farm na lang siguro ako ng artifacts mamaya. Gawin ko na muna tong commission. Ang aking commission. Salyu yung aking commission ngayon.
Gotcha. Fire hazard.
Pa-level natin si Albedo. Dito tayo next. Sa taas. Ayan, may tower dito. Hello. Okay naman ba yung sound? Baka nag-i-static or yung electric fan masyadong malakas. Electric fan. Makakadaan na ba to? Ayun, okay naman siya dito. Pwede ko rin palang gawin yung quest ni Yalan. Mamaya. Ito na yung balloon. Ayun. So, sumakay dito eh. Nalalaglag ako eh. Ka na mamalo. Ba't ka na mamalo? Okay na ba? Okay. Yung mga kalaban. Oh, tabingi. Ay, may kalaban. Ito dito. Nako, wala tayong pantanggal ng shield. Basahin mo na lang. Okay naman siya. Umamba naman siya agad. Tapos, yan na. Kalaban pa ba? Akin na yung butiki na yan. Ay, mali ako ng dinaanan. Nandito pala siya sa right. Ayan na, okay na. Okay, next natin yung Business in Marsh. Sa may Wangshu Inn to eh. Wangshu Inn. Naglalag ba yung stream ko? Parang hindi siya naglo-load. Anong nangyari? Nag-spike ba? Hindi ko makita yung latency. Green naman sa akin. Okay ba? Lag ba? Bakit nagja-jump dito? Teka lang ah. Bakit siya nagja-jump? Double check ko lang ah. Kung nag-i-spike. Hindi maganda yun. Masakit sa mata. Refresh ko. Okay naman. Okay. Kanina nakikita ko yung ano. Nag-i-stop. Green naman yung signal. Ay, nasan ba yung kalaban? Ayun. Ano lang. Hindi pala ako nakapag-artifacts dito. Sana pala kinuha ko na. Dito. Layo. Bala ka na. Tumakas ka na. Wala sa buhay mo. Akin na tong sunsetcha mo. Anong pangalan nito? Oh. Ay, nakapagpulot pala ako kagabi. So, okay lang pala. Hindi pa siya nag-replenish. Ay. Patiwa. Ay, naku na. Para ako sa payong.
Gotcha.
Hindi ako nakakatagos sa mga payong. Event complete. May kalaban pa. Hindi ko siya makita. Dendro siguro yun. Ay. Meat. Free meat. Nagbawas na rin ako ng mint. Nakakapulot na uli ako ng mint. Dumaan ako kanina sa teapot ko eh. Kaya ba yung kalaban? Hindi. Dito yung kalaban. Hinil niya yung kalaban. Patay na siya. Kaya?
Here comes the catch. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Nasaan yung nangihil? Ayun. Ako muna. Tama ka eh. Ayan. Tatamaan mo na yan. Umatake siya eh. Meron pa sa taas. Panaan tayo. Logi ka, no? Laglag ka ba? Ay, may nag-like. 247. Dami.
Uy, salamat sa pag-like Tukumi Nurul.
Ay, si Tukumi uli. Hello, Tukumi. Tukumi ba? Di ba Takumi? Malibasa nito ni Tala eh. Ayo, what's up? Ayun, binati ka ng aso namin. What's up din daw? Ay naman sir, ano lang tayo. Nag-commission lang tayo and then magpapalevel ako ng Albedo. Gamitin siya with Xiao. Talagang dinahandahan ko to eh, no? Hindi ako nag-TP. Nag-TP na pala ako. Nilakad lang. Na-report na account ni Kayo. Sino nag-report? Suki ba yun? Paano mo nalaman na na-report? Okay lang naman yun. Basta masaya siya sa ginagawa niya, di ba? Yung bastos kahapon. Patropa nyo yun ha. Baka ma-report yung account niya. Mahirap yung gagawa na naman siya ng bago. Gagawa na naman siya ng email niya. Ewan ko ba dun? Sana hindi niya ginagawa sa mga ano yun, sa mga girls. Kawawa yung mga girls. OMG, malapit ka na mag AR-60. Oo, onting-onti na lang. Siguro mga 3 weeks. Baka mag-ano na yan. Mag AR-60 na. Magla-live na lang ako nung mga time na yun. Ano daw nangyari, sabi ni Pabs. May dumaan dito, nagpapa-shoutout siya. Pinatulan. Pinatulan eh. Hindi naman kami galit. Pinatulan lang namin. Kasi dito si Sir Jackal kahapon eh. Dumalaw sa bahay. Excuse me. Aray ko.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a feels great.
Hello Richmond Angelo G. Kapulihan. Thanks sa pag-share.
Richmond. Hello Richmond. Sinari ni Richmond yung stream. Hello. Papasama ka ba sa
Uy, salamat sa pag-like Richmond Angelo G. Kapunihan.
Blizzard Strayer? Ikaw makapagsalita, may nagsasalitang babae. Papasama ka ba sa Blizzard? Marami tayong time. Bago ako, hindi ko pa napulot to. Nag-reset na siya. Hindi nga. Ba't yung kanina wala? Ganun. Weird.
Take it easy.
Kaya naman ng aso ito. Pero ka bang inaabangan? Ayun ang aso eh. Wait lang.
Witness the power. We go. Busted.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Sana matagal pa riran. Wait lang ah. Ingay ng aso. Ingay. Kanina pa yan.
Adventure time. We go.
Walang ang tahimik ah. Tahol nga ako ng walang dahilan.
Take it easy.
Ang mga aso to.
It's raining again. Oh, this isn't good.
Ang ganda yan, si Hutaw. So, most likely ang rerun ni Hutaw mga baka early November.
Take it easy. This blinding sunlight is such a pain.
Pyro DPS ang need mo. Kung sa 4-star, pwede si Xiangling, pwede si Bennett. Pwede mo na siyang i-convert as sub DPS Bennett. Napalitan ko siya after a while din. Dati ina-HP build ko lang siya. Pero sayang kasi yung skill set niya.
Quietly now.
Budget yan. Tapos madali mo pang mapa-constellation dahil 4-star character. Si Xiangling. Ang nun, galit na yun, C0. Tapos yung pinaka maganda niyang constellation is yung Constellation 4. Ang Constellation 4 ni Xiangling, matagal yung niya, Pyronado niya, matagal ang
Adventure time.
time na mawawala. Hirap pumatay ng cryo-res. Si Bennett yan, kaya ni Bennett yan.
Gotcha.
Saka ni Shanglin.
Light jump.
Panalo yun. Pero good luck sa pool pag maghuhutaw ka. Ipunin mo na ngayon. Sure ako niyan, pagdating ni hutaw, kuha mo agad yun. So ilang buwan? Hindi nating November. Ano na ngayon? 5 buwan. 5 buwan. So sabihin natin, 60 per day. Tapos per month, 60 times 30. 1.8 Primo Gem. So, makakapag-accumulate ka rin ng pang 5 star mo nun. Sabi ni Takumi, confirmed na si Kazuha ng 2.8. Nakita na sa website? Meron na bang preview? Na si Kaidehara na? Or, confirmed leaks? Or, parang ganun. Fully prepared na ako kay Hutaw talents na lang kulang. Diligence. Dali lang naman yung talents, basta kuha mo na yung character. So, ngayon, pwede naman siyang Shiminawa o Crimson. Hayaan mo na muna yung characters mo. Hintayin mo na lang siya mag-rerun kung matitiis mong hindi mag-wish. Go. Kasi hindi ko alam kung kailan ang rerun yan. Pero yan, normally sa November yan nilalabas Babalik yung Golden Archipelago. Hindi maganda, tapos lalabas uli si Klee. Miya kasama na. Kazuha. May nakita ako kanina, pero hindi kasi ako na Hindi ko alam kung saan galing kaya hindi ko naman sinishare. Pero thanks sa sa pagsabi kung confirm na siya. Pero problema yun para sa akin kasi wala na akong wish. Nag-wish pa ako para sa weapon ni Yelan. So, wala akong pondo. And 50-50 yun. Good luck talaga. Babalik. Ito na pala yung comment kanina. Yun ang problema natin dyan sa mga time na yun. Kung 2.8 siya lalabas. Sabihin natin mag-skip ako ng ito for the next 18 days. Tapos lalabas si Kazuha, meron ka namang 600 Primo Gem. Makaka-wish ka pero ewan ko kung magdidilaw. Pero okay lang naman. Laro lang naman tayo. Kung di ko makuha, bilhin na lang. Bilhin na lang natin. May magpapasama ba sa inyo? Kasi kung hindi, baka mag-story quest na lang ako. 60 na PT ko kaso 50-50. Okay lang yun. Kung gusto mong intayin mo na lang. Kasi kung hutaw ang gusto mo talaga, huwag ka naman nang mag-wish na ibang characters kung siya talaga ang need mo. So, kung 60 yan, huwag mo na ipa-gold. Huwag mo na ipa-50-50. Kasi malay mo, pag naghutaw ka, panalo na. Kung sakali mang talo ka, may mga wish ka na doon para sure hutaw ka kahit matalo ka ng Mona or Chichi ganun. Para lang ready ka. Nangangati kamay ko mag build PT. Yun lang. Ito yung mga Pero kung gusto niyo yung mga 4 star, good. Pwede. Kung kailangan niyo yung 4 stars, sino ba 4 stars ngayon? Si Noel, si Yanfei, tsaka si Barbara. Sunog na yung wishes ko pag nag-wish ako kunwari kay Barbara tsaka kay Noel. Sila lumabas. Dust na lang sila sa akin. Si Yanfei na lang yung mapapakinabangan ko ngayon. Si C2? Ayan, C2. Siya lang. Yung iba si 100,000 na. Kung matatalo man, Dilok sana. Ay, buti ka pa. Gusto mo si Dilok. Yung iba ayaw nila kay Dilok. Ang least kong dyan, si Electro, si Koching. Pero kung magka-constellation siya, okay lang naman. Pa-level ko na siya. Diba? Okay lang naman. Si Chichi, okay lang rin magka-constellation siya. As kung siya yung pinakaunang magsi-6, why not? Thank you. Si Jin ko mag-constellation, maganda. Yung C2 niya is attack speed buff. So maganda siya if may Yoimiya ka. May Aya to. Bibilis pa lalo yung normal attack mo.
Take it easy.
Which is good. So, sige. Saan natin i-craft? I-craft talaga yun. No? Dahil si Albedo yung papalevel natin. Dito muna tayo sa Dragon Spine. Hindi ko kabisado yung altar niya. Pero dito na lang. Sa ano? Sa may crafting table dito. Ay, may crafting table ba dito? Parang walang crafting table dito. Saan kaya? Saan kaya ako? Hindi ako kabisado dito yung crafting table ni Albedo. Saan na kuya yung kumakanta kahapon? Ay, umuwi na. Umuwi na. Si Diakol. Umuwi na yun, sir. Natuwa ka ba? Kaya papuntahin ko na lang uli sa linggo. Mamaya kung ano, mag-online siya. Mag-Discord na lang kami. Pwede naman sa Discord. Huwag lang ako mag-lag. Teka. Nasaan ba yung altar ni Albedo dito? Lamig. Wala lang tayong character. Maganda kasi sana siyang kasama ni ano. Ni Xiao. Try natin to. Tapos si Yelan yung isa. Ayan, pwede na yan. Yung mga bida ngayong patch. Tapos hanap lang tayo ng crafting table. Hindi ko maalala. Saan ba nag-i-event dito si Albedo? Nasa cave yun eh, normally eh. Dito kaya? Hindi. Hindi ko na maalala talaga. Baka dito. Baka dito yung ano niya. Yung crafting table niya. Yung alchemy ano niya. Alchemy spot. Pero kung alam nyo, turo nyo na lang. Hindi ko alam kung nasaan banda yun. Meron ba dito? Ay hindi. Nandito yung ano. Walang laman. Yun dito kasi wala atang crafting. Hindi ko na nga lang. Tapos mamaya isuot ko na lang yung vermilion. Tinanay ko yung ano, yung jade spear kay Xiao. Okay lang naman. Tapos ko naman yung current abyss. Pero parang mas gusto ko yung staff of Oma. Siyempre mas mataas crit damage niya.
Gotcha.
Sanay na ako dun eh. Pero maganda crit rate ng ano, yung BIS niya. Mali ako ng pinuntahan. Mag-road to AR-56 na ako. Nice. Bibigyan ka ng papasalamat ka sa Hero Suite. Saka kung ano-ano. Yung mga crystal. Normally yun naman ang binibigay. Parang ano. Parang ang low pot. Sana mas maganda yung price. Sana nga ano eh, palitan nila. Para sa mga new players. Ano, lagyan nila ng Primo Gem yun. Or imbis na Acquaint Fate, Intertwined. Para yung character ng ano, yung latest character na pwede nilang makuha. Wala eh, walang crafting table dito talaga eh. Ayun ako. Tayo magka-craft na ito. Albedo, dito. Vindagmir, hindi dito. Hindi rin dyan. Maalala. Saan ka ba nagpa-farm dito, Albedo? Ah, dito, baka dito. Wala kasi ano eh. Wala masyadong premyo yung adventure rank. Ang tagal-tagal mag-level up. Tapos limited lang. Onti lang nang binibigay. May crafting table kayo dito? Uy, wala. Wala, no? Pabalik na nga lang ako ng Mondstadt. Doon na nga lang ako. Tagal natin dito naghahanap ng oras. Na-add kita, kuya. Sige. May space naman ata ako. Sa friends list. Nagbura din ako yung mga sobrang tagal ng hindi naglalaro. Mga more than a month nang hindi naglalaro. Pa-level na natin siya. Leto ako. Ay, kulang ako ng... Ay, shit. Ay, hindi, okay lang pala. Kasi na siya eh. Level 60 na siya. So, okay na pala. Ayan. Sobra-sobra naman yung basalt pillar ko. Sasara name. Sasara. Albedo. Tagal na ni itong character kong to. Itatampo na sa akin. Nauna pa si Yunjin. Nauna pa si Kujo sa Aray pa level. Ayan, 70 na siya. Kulang ako ng isang chunk. Okay, dapat malapit tayo sa crafting table. Kasi kulang ako ng chunk na isa. Hindi ikaw, Timaeus. Putik. Hindi ikaw. Ayan. Ito lang tayo. Okay na yung chunk, no? Pindot ko na ba? Parang hindi ko napindot. Napindot ko naman. So, gemstone na kailangan natin yung malaki. Sasalita ka ba? Hindi siya nagsalita. Yan, may acquaint fate pa tayo. And, kulang ako ng 5 gemstone. Siguro i-trade ko na lang to. 15 na ganito. Pali. 15 para 5 gemstone. Ay, hindi, 3 lang yun. Mali ako sa... Ay, hindi, tama pala. Yan, okay na. Early levels kasi nung paglalaro ko ng Genshin puro weekly boss, world boss ang pinapatay. Tapos pinupulot ko lang. So, ang dami ko na impact ng mga chunks. Tsaka yung sa Liu Okay na.
Citrinitis is the final stage of the alchemical transmutation process.
Okay na. 89 ko lang siya. lang. Wala naman masyadong difference na to. May onti-onting depth. Pero okay na yan. Yan. Check natin yung stats niya. Yung talents niya, pwede kong maani isotoma. Ballad. Ubos yung mora ko. Philosophies of ballad. Farm tayo ng ballad. Craft tayo ng ballad dito. Check lang natin. Yan, Yumiko. 10. Try natin 10 lang muna. Okay, may bonus na 3. O ano man yun. Okay, 7, 8. Ipanay na natin to. Kulang ng 9 na gold na ballad. 9. Di-discounta naman yan ni Amigo. Pwede natin siya i-level 9. Ubos ang aking mora. Yan, itatry na natin siya dun sa plus mo na to hanggang plus 6 yan. Pwede na muna yan. So, mag-test tayo dun sa isusot ko na rin pala yung ano niya. Yung Xiao, yung imbis na ito, suot ko sa kanya yung napulot kong vermilion. Pera muna ako nito. Ito ba? Mas maganda ba to? 13.6 21 HP percent. Energy recharge. Ayoko ng def. Ito na lang. Ito. Yung flower. Kunin mo kay Jean. Yung circlet. Crit dam. Ang pang ito. Defense ng putik. Ito na lang. Ay, hindi. Stuff of form magagamitin ko eh. Tara muna ako na ito, Jean. Yan. Ito po na kayo ni Lolo. Check nga natin to. Pwede na yun. Uy, may nag-type. Kala ko sino yung nag-comment. O pala. Check natin dito sa Inazuma. Parang tayo ng bounty. Showcase Xiao. Na-try ko lang with Albedo. Pero C0 naman sila kaya hindi masyado ramdam naman to. Nanonood kasi ako kanina umaga. Si Seka pinapanood ko. Ang lakas nung Xiao niya. Pareho C6 yung C6, C4 Yelan, C6 Xiao, C6 Albedo. Ayos. Ano bang bounty natin? Ayun, Pyro. Wait lang. Kunin ko lang to. Ano na? Hingi ng carrots. Try mo 100k plunge. Kaya with Bennett tsaka Mona. Maabot ng 100. Pero hindi masusulit yung vermilion pag napupuno yung buhay. Pwede mo ipanoble sa ibang karakter. Pero kaya niya 100. Yung old artifacts. Yung Veritas and tsaka yung Gladiator.
Solidify.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's up.
Wala pala akong burst. Ang burst. Patay na to. Wala pala akong burst. Ano ba yan? Go with Bennett and Mona. Maganda siya with Bennett and Mona. Pero sa Abyss, yung last time, ang sinama ko si Xiangling Bennett, Zhongli. Hindi ko alam mo yung maganda i-partner sa kanya. Na hindi siya nahi-heal. So, Crow siguro pwede para may siya. Battery. Pero okay na yun. Ito naman, Pyrorestic Priest. Jonathan. Dito tayo. Dito naman. Wala akong mga burst. Pa-burst muna tayo sa mga pangit dito.
Gotcha. Useless.
Tagal na ito.
Burst forth.
Okay. Ito na lang. Wala, di pa rin ako nagka-burst. Ayun yung crab. Makakapagpulot pala ako dito ng mga ano, seaweed, seagrass, kasi wala na akong pantanim sa teapot. Ayun, sakto may ganoderma dito. Kasi hindi na full yung ano ko. Hindi na full yung aking berries and mint.
Come into being.
Solidify.
Tama kayo.
Here comes the catch.
Saan si Jonathan? Ayun.
Stabilize.
Eh, may burst na ba ako? Halos pareho lang yung damage. Mas maganda lang yung primordial. Halos pareho lang. Pangit pa nung ano kayo, nung Vermilion set ko. Ang hirap maghanap eh. 4 piece kasi. Hirap talaga maghanap ng mga apat na ano, artifacts. Ano siya? Matagal. 22k yung flower. Mga ganon. 22 ata. Kanina may nakita ko 22. Minsan 11 din nagkikrit. Level 9 talent siya. Trito na pala yung def nyo. Sa isotoma lang yung silbi ni Albedo. Wala akong ano eh. Hindi siya naka-geo damage eh. Pero meron na ata akong husk na geo. Hindi ko sure. Baka meron akong husk na geo. At kasi def eh. Wala akong crit rate eh. Hirap maghanap na itong set na to kasi. Hirap. Nahihirapan ako dito. Eh wala naman akong ito so hindi ako mag-overfarm. Bakit? Ayaw mo? Ayaw mo siyang mag 22k? Bakit nag 22k yun? Naka-geo ano ako, naka-geo resonance. Kaya mas mataas yung geo damage. Ata pag naka-shield. Tignan natin yung resonance. I mean, paano nag 22k yun? Mataas yung def ni Albedo. Sa defense kasi nag-i-scale yung isotoma niya. Wait lang, pakita ko sa iyo. Check natin, Pabs. Isotoma, ayan. Solar isotoma when opponents within the solar isotoma field. Ayan, transient blossoms which deal AoE geo damage of photic geo damage deals skills of or dealt skills of Albedo's def. So kung mataas yung def mo, mas mataas yung damage ng isotoma mo. Plus pa sa ano yan, sa critical and ano mo, sa mga critical damage, critical rate ng character mo. So doon nagbe-base yung damage niya. Naka geo resonance pa tayo. Wait lang. Na may additional. Ito. Increases shield strength. Increases. Additionally, characters protected with the shield will have the following damage dealt increased by 15%. Tapos may zhongli pa na may shred, resistance shred, geo resistance. So, maganda siya. Or Xiao. Yan talaga niya si Xiao. Nabuboost nila si Xiao. Ay, putak!
Turn to
Sorry, Zhongli. Dapat naman tayong healer.
Things are about to get dicey. Useless.
Ay, gago.
Disappear.
Ay, si Zhongli. Ang daming bomba eh. Warat ako eh. Try natin sa Abyss mamaya. Kung mapatay niya yung ano. Mapatay niya yung Ruin Guards. Ay, nagpi-flicker yung screen ko. Si Jonas. Ang laki ng ihil nitong fountain. Sana all pag may pagtatapon na ng death artifacts. Si Albedo. And kung wala man, pwede naman kay Xinyan. Kung gagamitin pa si Xinyan. Kasi ano talaga si Xinyan eh. Kumbaga, walang nagpapalevel masyado. Depende lang kung gusto mo talaga yung character. Kasi ang gulo ng scaling ni Xinyan.
Uy,
Death.
salamat sa pag-like Marco Jusen.
Ay, hello Marco. Gandang hapon, sir. Ano yung sinasabi ko? Sin yan. Scaling ng death. Yung shield niya. Tapos physical damage na pyro. So, ang hirap i-build. Pwede mo na siyang physical talaga na artifacts. Pero ang hirap yan. Last one, a bounty. Ruin guard. All element. Ay, wala na. Sana meron ditong ano. Patay-patay na ano. Ayan, Hilichurn. Hula baliw. Wala lang. Mahirap lang dahil yung Xiao ko eh walang... Anong pangalan nito? Walang energy recharge. Ang hirap mag-ipon ng burst kung wala akong animo character. Yung nagiging struggle ni Xiao. Kaya nung nag-abyss ako last time, doon sa second part, hindi na ako nag-burst. Inintay ko na lang. Flicker yung screen ko. Uy. Ito magpasaway. Ayun, nawala na yung screen. Wait lang. Gago naman eh. Pasaway to eh. Wala na ring sound. Wait lang. Kumukurap-kurap yung screen mo, sir. Oh, wait lang. Matulog ka na daw, kumukurap-kurap na eh. Tinitignan ko nga eh. Pinipitik-pitik ko eh. Wala, lalong lumala. Wait lang. Out na nga tayo. Out na lang. Wala namang sound. Ay, nako. Sinahin ko to. Black screen muna tayo. Wala na. Di mo ako naririnig. Sabi kinayos ko. Wait lang. Yan. Black screen na lang. Salita na lang. Imagine niyo na lang yung gagawin ko. Ang inan to. Papaki mga public ko eh. Oy, maayos ka. Tapon na to. May sound na. Yung video kaya matino. Tignan natin. Pumikit-pikit pa rin yun eh.
Stabilize.
Ano tayo ng burst dito? Ayun, may burst na ako. Ayan. Wala na sila dun.
Easy.
Ano, nag-flicker pa ba? Goods na ba? Yan. Okay, sabihan nyo na lang ako. Isa hindi ko napapansin pag gumagaral-gal na yung screen. Tanuki. May cabbage. Ano yung tanuki? Ayun. Mga gulay pang binibigay sa tanuki eh. Ayun, ayun eh. Nasaan na yung last? Ay, last tanuki. Nasaan siya? Nasaan na? Baka natanuki. Kita makita.
Take it easy.
Tanuki. Ano si Tanuki?
Take it easy.
Tapos pala, kaya pala baka tumaas yung isotoma kanina. Kasi naka-emblem din si di ba? Si Yalan. Kaya tumaas din yung damage. Hindi ko na makita yung Tanuki. Bahala sa buhay niya.
Solidify.
Quietly now. Fun's over.
Tigag. Ang liit.
Burst forth.
Sige dito.
I will have all.
Kulit mo eh. Naku, patay na. Nasaan yung isa? Ay, yung orig. Ayun. Ganun tatalon. Logi naman. Hindi tayo makakaswimming dyan. Ayun, patay ka na. Ayoko nung ayoko nung vermilion to. Hindi ko na natutuwa. Hindi ko nag-e-enjoy. Doon lang tayo sa luma niya. Ay, dito pala. Yan. Tapos gladiator. Glad. Ito. Tapos ito. Ay, mali. Naka-shenhe. Ayan. Ayan. Okay na yan. Wala lang akong crit dito. Try natin to. Tapusin ko lang yung bounty ko. Ito may automation attack. Pwede natin i-testing. Ipon kaya muna ako burst. Ay, hindi. Okay na. Puntahan na natin yun. Automation attack dito sa may Musujin Gorge. Puntahan natin dito. It's memories. So dark. Ay, nandito pala. Hello. Nasaan na ba yun? Nasaan na ba yung ano? Laban dito. Automation attack. Dito tayo mag-ipon ng burst ni ano. Ni Xiao.
Useless.
Ayun, hindi nag-trip.
Burst forth.
Palit na nga ako weapon.
Busted.
Ay, Jade Spear na nga lang tayo. Hindi naman ako nag-trip dito. Kailangan natin ulit. Ilolo na lang talaga to. Ito yung automation attack. Tatawagin ko to, tapos tatawagin ko yung nandun. Para isang laban na lang. Okay.
Stabilize.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Element! Dapat ano eh. Pag nobless ko kaya si Albedo. Para may buff pa sa damage. Okay na to. 3 bounties na. Ito healthy diet ni Kanonana. Puro ano lang. Puro carrots lang. Rumble. Sarap. Yan si Kanonana. Yan, testing natin sa Abyss to mamaya. There's a chance. Try your luck. At the cylinder. Ano kaya to? Endoringo. Give me that bamboo sleep. Ano kaya ang fortune nito ngayon? Modest fortune, electro crystal. Kasi si Kanonana dito, to, ba to? Si Maki to eh. Si Kanonana dito sa kabilang side. Ito nga Kanra. Red hair pala to si Kanonana. And 15 carrots. Okay. Okay na yung bounty commission. Level 24 na tayo. Sa battle pass. Hindi yan yung puno. Yan. Okay. Try natin sila sa abyss. Ano ba yun? Ayun, dito. Sa una? Ano bang kalaban sa una? Ito na lang sa una. Sa pangalawa? Ay, kailangan pala si Zhongli dun. Mali. Mali. Kailangan natin si Zhongli dun. So, si Yunjin dito. Si Yun. Yunjin. Ayun. Tapos, sino nga yun? Pinadala ko dito si Singcho, si Dilok. Bakit na kasi tuhod nito ni Dilok eh. Si Xiao. Sino yung isa? Si Albedo. Kaya pagpalitin natin. Xiao. Yelana. Try natin to. Kung makatapos to ng 3 stars, malamang hindi.
Rain cutter.
Ba't pala si Yunchin dala ko? Si Dilok na yung karakter ko dito.
Break a leg.
Eh, naku, mali yung weapon. Bakit ka naka-serpent spine? Pwede na nga yan.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Let me weave. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Dito kayo. Naku. Wrong number.
Observe.
Dapat pala si UAV yung dadaling ko dito.
Let's light it up. Adventures. Your grand finale. Unleash.
Hindi pala si Dilok. Wrong number.
Body and mind.
Ang tagal. Kaya nakakapagod pag Dilok gamit mo talaga kasi talagang hack and slash talaga si Dilok. Pag maramihan maganda, pag mga hillicher lang, treasure hoarders, pero pag mga ano, makukunat, nakakabwisit din.
Rain outlines your fate.
Boy pa? Ako.
Rain cutter. Break a leg. Everybody stand back.
Verdict is
Milix daw new skin ni Dilok. Oo na,
Uy,
kwento na
salamat
rin
sa
sa akin.
pag-like Lear Noble.
Hey Lear, hello sir. Magandang hapon sir.
Rain outlines your fate.
Mali talaga eh,
Hello
dapat
Lear Noble. Thanks sa pag-share.
Yoimiya talaga dapat dala ko dito eh. Bakit ba si Dilok ang naisip ko? Na naka-serpent spine. Ang lakas naman mag-abyss sir. Hindi nga natin patapos oh. Round ano pa lang to oh. Chamber 1 pa lang. Ay ano, part 1 pa lang. 7:20. 26 seconds lang daw yung next. Tinetesting ko lang tong si Albedo na pinalevel ko kanina.
evil conquering. Worthless. Here.
Patay doon. Wala na akong burst.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Quietly now. Useless.
Ako, wala akong burst.
solidified.
Gotcha. These are about to get dicey.
Disappear. Worthless. Here.
Yoimiya. Palit ako Yoimiya. Try ko ulit. Kaya naman netong first mali yung dilo. Try natin. Baka mas mabilis kung Yoimiya yung gamit ko doon sa una. Di ko kasi madala si Aya ka sa una. Puro cryo. First, second. Ite-testing ko to kung makagawa ko ng next reset. Kung si Xiao ang dadaling ko. Kasi ang kasama niya dati si Xiangling Bennett. Yung normal na pyro resonance na So nag-mix and match na lang. So si Yunjin, kaya pala nag-Yunjin ako kasi mag-Yoimiya dapat ako. Si Singchu. Tapos si Yoimiya. Tapos si Bennett. Yan. Dito, yan. Albedo. Xiao. Si Elan. Kung kaya nilang maklear ng hindi ako nabubuisit. Ano goods na goblet kay Xiao? Attack or Animo? Ako, I would prefer Animo damage para kay Xiao. Pero kung mas maganda yung substats ng attack goblet mo, pwede naman. Kasi si Xiao, sobra-sobra na yung magiging attack niya if mag-a-attack goblet ka pa. Kasi kunwari naka 2-piece Shiminawa, 2-piece ka. Ano ba? 2-piece Shiminawa, 2-piece ano ito? Viridescent. Or kunwari 2-piece talaga. Depende dun sa sa gamit mo. So sobra na yung attack mo. May sinasabi sila yung diminishing returns. So mas maganda pa rin na animo damage pa rin kay Xiao. May kinabang yung mismong burst mo dun eh. Ano ba yun, Yunjin? Parang matagal. Dapat binalik. Wala kasing emblem na ako eh. Kulang na ako sa emblem of Severed Fate. Kaya naka-nobless lang to si Bennett tuloy. Si Singcho. Wala akong rain sword. Ano ba yan? Wala pala akong rain sword. Bobo. Ulit tayo ulit. Ba't yung iba nag-a-attack? Siguro mas maganda yung stats. Mamaya i-compare natin. Kasi yung burst ni Bennett, ni Xiao, kumukuha yun sa animo damage. So dapat may animo damage bonus ka ng Viridescent tsaka nung goblet niya. Para mas mataas yung damage mo habang naka-burst siya. Pero hindi ko alam kung nag-i-scale din siya sa attack. Pwede naman. Pero yun nga lang, pag sumobra na yung attack mo, nawawalang kwenta na siya. Yun yung tawag nga na diminishing returns. Tingnan akong burst. Ano ba yan? Ang burst. Ayun. Tagal, wala na yung burst ni Bennett. Wala rin yung burst ni Yunjin.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Teamwork is true. Observe. Break
Ang tagal?
Fire hazard.
Sino kaya iyan ko kung team 1 to? Kulang sa damage.
Let's light it
Hindi kaya.
Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Tagal pa ng energy ko.
Strike is one. Witness the power of go. Time for a light show.
8 minutes.
Burst forth. Solidify.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Useless. Lament. Worthless. Here.
Boring.
Worthless. Live. Feel this ancient power. Solidify. This is order.
Solidify.
Gotcha. Here comes the cash.
Burst forth. Evil conquering. Worthless.
Natapos ko pa oh. Within less than a minute. Pwede. Mahina lang yung team 1 ko. Ang tagal. BRB muna saglit. Sige lang. Go lang. Magre-resin din ako after. Def plus 30. Uy, sakto. Anong kalaban dito? Ay, yung mga to.
Not good.
Aray ko. Yung mga buisit na to pala. Kaya pa na. Wala pa naman akong burst. May babato ng dura.
Everybody stand back.
Ano ba? Takbo kayo ng takbo.
Ring cutter. Break a leg. Observe. Fire hazard.
Ang hirap. Wala akong energy na ipon. Nag-shield na tuloy yung hype na to. Ay, gagon. Hindi pa tumama yung eco.
Know my sword. Rain outlines.
Ay, nako, duling.
Let's light it up.
Mamaya ko na isi-save doon sa... Ang tagal nung ano ko. Lapit na dito. Para isahan kayo.
Everybody stand back. Let's witness the power of Kovac.
Gago, tumakbo ang puta.
Strike is one. Observe. Time for a light show.
Gago naman eh. Nagalit. Nepal ka eh. Talon ka ng talon eh. Birthday mo ba?
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Walang naman tuloy ng oras yung kabila. Okay lang naman. Mago Kenki pa naman to. Tama ba? Mago Kenki to eh.
Gather.
Quietly now.
Useless.
Wala pala ako na ipon na burst. Naku, tagal to.
Come into being. Moments of birth. I will have
Puro
order.
ganyan na lang muna.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Lament.
Gago.
Worthless. Here.
Matagal. Tagal yung una ko. Wish kasi yung mga ano yun eh.
Burst forth.
Pagod ka, ano?
Quietly now.
Useless. Boring. Live. Feel this this ancient power. This is
Kulang. Retry, isa pa. Sino ipapalit ko dun sa Xiangling na nga lang DPS ko. Hindi ako nakapag-ready ng mga burst eh.
Here come the fireworks.
Dito kayo.
Know my sword.
Hmm.
Observe.
Tanga muna kayo. Putang. Mga hype na to eh. Pwede mo gamitin si Xiao dito, pero gusto ko matesting sa ano yung ano.
Break a leg. And step. Fire hazard.
Yung mga Mago Kenki yung kalaban. Pa yung Array.
Everybody stand back. Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword.
Hindi pa naka-emblem to.
Grand finale.
Gago naman. Yun kasi,
Let's light it up.
gagalit ka. Hindi yun yung patayin mo.
Serve.
Patay mo yan. Ako mamatay dito eh. Crit ka. Parat ka eh. Wala tayo dito.
burst forth.
Busted.
Stabilize. Witness my great undertaking. Come into being. Useless. Burst forth. Gather. I will have order.
God.
Gotcha.
Wala na akong oras.
Things are about to get dicey.
Foreign. Evil conquer.
Magte-teleport pa to.
Worthless. Live.
Quietly now.
Solidify.
Kulang.
Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
Kulang sa oras. Sure.
Gotcha.
Wala pang mga burst.
Useless.
Kulang rin sa ER.
Order guide you. Solidify.
Quietly now. Here comes the cash.
Kulang ako ng more than 2 minutes.
Worthless. Here.
Kulang. Hindi kaya. Masyadong matagal yung recharge ng skills. If a bonus, pwede siguro if a bonus kasi si Yelan. Kapit kayo dito.
Goes the ship down. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Let's light it up.
Wala na lang yung rain sword ko.
Everybody stand and step. Break a leg.
Wala na tuloy yung rain sword.
Sword. Rain outlines your fate. Let me. Yeah. Unleash. Feel the light.
9 minutes. Kamusta kaya yung pangatlo niyan?
Come into being. Stabilize.
Busted. Useless.
Burst forth.
Quietly now.
Crumble. Live. Witness my great undertaking.
Busted.
This is order.
Lahat yung burst.
Stabilize. Come into being. Gather.
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Evil conquering.
Kung muna humiwalay. Dako. Kung kailan naman. Mali. Kung kailan naman naghiwalay. Saka ako nag-burst. Isa na lang.
Here comes the fireworks. Rain outlines your fate.
Ang tagal.
Going in. Observe. Strike is one. Time for a light show. Lighter, please.
Uy. Ano tuloy yung rain sword?
Know my soul. Rain cutter. And stuff. Fire hazard.
Patay na siya.
Burst forth.
Busted.
Come into being.
Gotcha.
Moments of birth. I will have order.
I will have order.
Quietly now.
Gather. Burst forth. Stabilize. Gather. Live.
Gotcha.
Order guide you.
Saka natin to.
Solidify. Witness my great undertaking.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
Disappear. Here.
Hindi kaya. Masyadong mga kunat.
Quietly now.
Kulang ako ng damage. 22 seconds pa. Na lang.
Burst forth.
Isilang pa yung buhay niya. Half pa lang. Kulang ako ng DPS. Wala na.
Live.
Things are about to get dicey. Useless.
Stabilize.
Kulang. Puro 2-star. Mamatay pa si Xiao.
Here. Burst forth. Moment of birth. This is order.
Kulang ng 2 minuto. Naghiwalay na naman sila. Ayoko na. Nakakapagod. Dito tayo sa Momiji. Dito na lang sila mag-try. Momiji na lang ako. Tapos goods na tayo. Pwede rin yung story siguro. Tingnan ko. Pag di ako tinamad. Parang matagal yung story quest ni Yelan eh. Kaya ng oras to. Ito muna. Ayan naman yan. Teka nga ipa-bonus to. Baka mas bumilis yung regeneration ni Xiao. Teka lang ah. Come here.
Order guide you.
Quietly now. Gaze up.
Foreign. Disappear. Here.
Hindi ka dito.
Worthless.
Tagal. Laro natin tignan. Pag puno na.
Burst forth. I will have order. Stabilize.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Useless. Lament. Here. Coming to be. Witness my great undertaking. Solidify.
Galaw ka ng galaw. Yung gulo mo eh. Ay, naglalag ako. Naglalag to. Shiminawa. Balang sinilip ang pangit ng laman.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Burst forth. This is order.
Gotcha. Game's up. It's over.
Evil conquering. Worthless. Here.
43. Suminawa ulit na walang kwenta. Def. Def HP def. Ano yun? Punat mo nun.
I will have order. Solidify.
Feel this ancient power.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Disappear. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Battery low daw. Wait lang.
Order guide. Stabilize.
Witness my great undertaking. Coming to be.
Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Lament. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Circlet. Ano kaya yung circlet yan? Eh, nako. Wait lang. Last one.
Take it easy.
Very easy.
First form. I will have order.
Quietly now. Game's up. It's over.
Evil conquering. Here.
Ba't ka tumulala?
Here.
Ano nangyari siya?
Worthless. Here.
Hello. Hello, Allison. Gandang hapon. Gusto ka naman? Hello. Ano naman to? Def. Ayos. Walang kwentang... Naubos lang yung resin ko. Walang kwenta. Walang ano. Walang... Ang init. Oo, ang init nga eh. Sana mamayang hapon umulan ulit. Ganyan naman eh, pag sobrang init sa tanghali. Sa hapon. Mga gabi. Uulan. So, mag-i-Yellow story na lang siguro ako ngayon. Para ma 3 hours natin to. Ilang oras na ba to? 1.5. Gawin na natin tong 7 star. go to the second floor of Yan Xiang Tea House. Kayo ba, kamusta? Okay naman. Aga ko nagising kanina eh. Aga natulog, aga nagising. Gusto ko nag-wish for Xiao kaso kulang pang wish. Ilan ba yung wish? Ilan na yung wish mo? Parang nakaipon ka naman na. Diba? Ang tagal naman na nakaano ni Aya ka. 5k something ng primo ko 50-50 me eh. Pwede mo naman i-try. Kung 50-50, ilan na yung wish mo? Nakakailan ka na? Kung may 5k ka, tingnan natin kung ilan yung ano mo, yung current PT mo. 30 something. Eh, uncle yan. Takaw to eh.
What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Oishi, why don't
Oishi.
you go downstairs and get the
30
shower
something.
to make us a fresh
5k. Wait lang. Compute natin. Wait lang. Kamaroon sa math.
I heard that you've been traveling all over the
31.
place
May
recently.
61.
I would very
Pwede pa
much
mag-ipon ng
like to hear
10
your
wish
story.
or 20. Gawin mo siyang ano, mga 7-2 o kahit ano, 8-4, mga 8-4 siguro. Saka ka mag-wish. Try mo maglaro pa. Mag-story quest ka, mag-event ka. Yan. Saka ka mag-wish. Grabe, tinatapos ko lahat ng story quest ng haba. Kaya dapat hindi mo iniipon.
Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just
I'm
that
quite
you
all
are
right.
catching up with me. As I grow older,
Yeah.
I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is
Uncle Chan Chansu.
especially
Chanshu.
recently, I've noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels. I am
Tinatapos ko
still
para may
very
primo.
much
Oo,
as
farm mo
excited
lang yan.
as the
Tapos
Genshin
kung ano, kung ano yung map mo na meron ka ng treasure finder, dun ka muna maghanap ng treasure.
begins to decline
Kasi events lang.
redemption.
How difficult is it to transfer the Tianshu position?
Ewan ko.
Oh, well, you
Sa
see,
tinatanong,
the Tianshu
pupunta ka ba,
is
magiging
a
Tianshu ka ba?
position among the
No!
leaders.
Diba 30 something kung yung pwede pang wish sa, ano to?
We stay behind the scenes.
Alam, hindi nag-load yung comment. Wait lang.
Giving advice.
Hindi ko na nabasa yung umangat.
Selection process would not be suitable. We also want to
Diba 30 something yung pwede pang wish sa 5k primo? Eh, lahat. Last wish ko, 5 star yun. Kay Ayaya pa. Di pa ako nag-wish uli after makuha Ayaya. Oo. Ano yon 50-50. Pero pwede namang manalo. Pag hindi, sa next ka na ng mga, ano, mag-iipon ng mga kapanalo ka. Okay lang yun. Kesa hindi mo trinay.
Correct.
Correct.
Unfortunately, due to my health,
Hello, sir. Di pa ako nag-wish uli after makuha Ayaya. Ito pala yung kanina, binasa ko uli. Ano ba yun? Hello, sir. Hello, Kylish. Uy! Ba't di ka pa nag-i-stream uli, ha? Mag-stream ka na. Ano nangyari? Baka i-delete na yung account mo. Feel ko kasi matatalo. Hindi yan. Mananalo yan. Tiwala lang.
I thought it might take you a little longer
Ay, si Alan.
to forget all about me.
Giniginaw na yung likod na ito. Di suot yung jacket ng maayos. Hindi si Yelan.
Jackpot. Uncle
Jackpot.
Tim here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me?
Ganda ng
Give
braid
him a
niya.
chance to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you. What do you think?
It's a good opportunity.
I think so too. It can't be
Accept defeat. Pero pag kay Xiao, no.
All right then.
Alright then.
I gotta say, Uncle Tian.
Ay mo yan. Nag-test stream me kagabi. Nabasa ko 5 minutes. Deleted pala.
Don't you think
Deleted
I
pala.
make a good Tianshu?
5 minutes ka lang ata nag-stream. Nabasa ko yung essay mo. Yelan Cutie. Eto, dito ka mag-try, oh. Malay mo makuha mo.
I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let
Pero
you
ipon
do
ka pa,
it.
mga pag 8-4 na yung mo, primo gems mo, saka ka mag,
How about
saka ka mag-wish, tig the 10 pulls.
investigation?
Mas swerte yung mga 10 pulls kaysa sa pa isa-isa. Para sa akin, mas malaki chance na mag-early PP siya.
Deal. Well,
Iyo,
you
minunal
guys
siya
take
sa
it. Everything's all
dibdib.
set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready.
Wala nga lang siyang ilong.
Have a pleasant
Wala kang ilong.
conversation.
Ba't wala kang ilong? Ayan, may ilong na.
To pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house.
Bagal wifi eh. Yun lang, umuulan kasi no? Hirap talaga pag mabagal ang wifi. Ako kanina, ang bagal yung laptop eh. Kanina pa dapat ako 12.
Really worn down.
Kumain na lang muna ako. Di pa din abot kay Yelan.
Yeah.
May pa naman, ilang days pa naman. Tignan natin kung ilang days pa si Yelan.
So he's recommended
Para makapag-isip ka kung sino yung itatry mo i-wish.
Minghua and Zhi.
Sino to?
Xinwei is
Mangbo.
a wealthy entrepreneur. Minghua works at the Liuwei Ministry of Civil Affairs, and
Ang ganda ng
Zhi
boses
is
niya.
focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to
Qianwei,
remember their names, but
Ningbo,
what does this
Zhi.
mean exactly?
Let's leave that until
Sulat
we
mo.
get to Yuehai Pavilion. All right, heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing.
Kakatabad kasi mag-story quest eh.
No matter how.
Oo eh. Iniipon mo kasi eh. Kaya nakakatamad talaga. Kaya dapat yan ginagawa mo agad. Pag nagkaipon-ipon na yan, minsan may mga prerequisite quest pa. Pag hindi mo ginawa yun, hindi mo matatapos tong ganito. Go to Yuehai Pavilion to perform your inspection. Ano inspect natin? Open me. Pasama ka ba? Open me. Wait lang. Kita ko naka-online ka eh. Dito ba siya? Dito sa taas. Hindi ko naghagdan kasi. Uy! Ang dami. Big flowers. May glaze lily pa dito. Ayan, pulot na ng pulot. Tapos paluin lahat ng pwedeng mapalo na puno. Ayun, may bamboo shoot dito. Ay, wala. Ay, meron. Bawal pumasok sa world ko eh. Kanina umaga online me. Naabutan ko yun. Check na kasi ako dito nun. Bala ko na maglaro.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment?
Tapusin mo na yung quest mo. Para
I don't even get
pwede ka co-op. Yung resin mo, puno na. Ang aga ko nagising eh.
But never
Gano'n ka aga?
stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean,
Yan.
I think it's fine.
Ito yun.
It's called being
Nginig pa siya eh.
complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change
Question
anything in
mark
the
siya.
future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now
Is it?
you're just being
Unreasonable.
reasonable.
Tulog ko 11, tas nagising ako 6, tas tulog ulit ako mga 8, tas nagising me 11. Ayos. 12 hours.
We've all been standing around.
Sana all.
It's natural to be getting irritable.
Oo, natulog ako 12, nagising ako
There's
6.
no rule saying we're obliged
Yun
to
na yun.
stand up while we wait. So why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine.
Maaga bago nag-12.
They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure.
Pinag-uusapan ng
Sir
Chanwei.
says it would be better than nothing.
It looks like all three candidates have arrived.
3 candidates have arrived. Hindi. Wala sila.
We'll meet them formally soon.
May explanation pa
Let
yan.
me run you through the assessment process.
Wala naman.
I've split it into 2 stages. current affairs and planning, and face-to-face
2
interviews.
hours Genshin.
In the first stage, candidates are
astig.
required to submit a
Di pa,
manifesto
di
for
pa.
various
143 pa
development.
lang.
In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person.
Baka mag-free
Writing
pa
a
yan.
manifesto takes time,
Dapat
so I informed them
nga,
this would be
nag-stream
in
ako nun eh. Oh,
That's the
maaga,
reports they
sayang.
submitted.
At nag-stream ka na.
One
Mamaya,
of them is
mamayang gabi. Maybe nag-like.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event,
Nag-uusapan
they
nyo.
will not be permitted to change their plan.
Ako ay muling
These
nagbalik.
piles of
Ay,
documents in
gandang
front of us represent where each
hapon uli.
candidate stands on key
Ano ba yun? Ba't
policy
ganito
issues.
boses?
There's still some time. Have a skim through.
Gandang
Get a first
pagbabalik.
impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're
Ganda
done.
ni Yela, no? Ganda ng ikaw niya. Pinalo. Check the candidate's manifesto. Jeez, manifesto covers domestic affairs, foreign affairs. Ay, nagbabasa ako eh. Wala na. I can't, mamayang gabi may pasok yung mga alaga naming owl. Yun lang. O, ngayon na, hapon. Slipat ko yung stream. Shenway's manifesto. Kailangan pa bang alamin yan? Diba hindi naman? XX mo lang yan. Buti pa yung owl nag-aaral, no?
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Hindi. Hindi ako tapos.
very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot
Tianshu.
forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets.
What did you think, Yalan?
That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interview.
Pagbalik ng stream, hi guys! Alam niyo ba, madami kong kwento. Kaysa sa mga story quest dito sa Genshin. Work. Tapos na mag-aaral. Nag-work na yung mga owl. Anong work nila? Naglilipad-lipad sila.
So you two are the assessment officers, are you?
Mabantay sila pag gabi. Night shift yun, mga owl yun eh.
Great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly had.
Ba't ka nakapaganyan? Ano ka? Mr. Pogi ka ba? Mr. Pogi pala to eh. Ay, ayun, nag-alis na.
I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was
Ang sakit niya, no? Napupuwing ka sa buhok mo. Nakakairita yun. Pasama resin, hehe. Sige, samahan kita. Wait lang.
It wasn't intended as a personal
Tapusin ka lang to.
anyone in particular. I was simply
Yung pinag-uusapan ng mga to. Hey, I'm back. Oy, welcome back. Takumi. You're back. Hello back. Man, your communication skills.
Cloud retainer. You know
CCA
this?
night shift.
Oh.
Ano yung CCA?
I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are
Ba't
constantly talking
nagsiswimming
about.
sila doon? Ang galing ah.
With your sterling reputation, you must have a respect.
Oo, ano lang. Ang gulo lang na mukha sila nagsiswimming.
The concepts I have put forward. Yeah, although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
After toss, King Shanway, ang version. Nagbabasa ako eh. Hindi mo turn.
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo.
Ooh.
I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Okay, yak.
I've worked there for, 9 years. 5
Okay,
months.
yak.
and
Pala, iyak na
case.
to.
In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases.
Ang konti.
I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely
Namely what?
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
Hindi, ikaw lang yun, Paimon.
Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, yak. Call senior agent. Call center agent.
Hello. Not gonna
Ang galing
lie,
naman. Magaling siguro mag-English ng mga ibon na yun.
I'd like to know. you're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
G.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
That was blunt.
Very fair question. I completely understand
Wait
where you're
lang.
coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts.
Ito magaling magsalita.
Of course, two different problems
She.
can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach two very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're
Dami
focusing on.
sinasabi.
What I've tried to do
Birthday
is strike a
nito.
balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do
X.
you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
Of course,
A great
may...
question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Uehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation,
Marunong to,
it
marunong.
will come
Pwede
down
to.
to the results.
Pwede
If
maging...
it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer.
Maging candidate
Next
to.
question.
Ano ang nauna? Itlog, manok.
Seems like a great
Ah, wala.
Everything he said was
Meh.
thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
Eh,
Here's my take on what we just learned.
Uy, bukas yung zipper mo.
As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings.
Oh, mukha naman eh.
His plan is
Pag mga
more
ganyan,
thorough
mga
and
ano,
measured.
masalita.
He's meticulous
Hindi
and
nakikinig yung mga ganun eh.
detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei
Puro
are
salita
otherwise
lang.
polar opposites. Minghua is not very
Walang
articulate
ano.
and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Ang tawag dun?
Summary.
Walang...
Couldn't agree more.
Limutan ko yung term.
Yes, Yewan.
Walang
Last but
laman.
not least,
Ampaw,
Zhou
ganun.
Yu. His manifesto is full of pertinent details.
Salita
His
lang.
methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product
Get
of
Lumin.
painstaking work. Plus, he is modest
Pati ka
and
nakasandal.
good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Zhi Yi
Puringan ako dito sa quest Mali ata to ah.
Great.
Pero prima gems din to. So, okay lang.
Report to Uncle Tien.
Let's... Pwede bang ikaw na lang? Report the outcome of your inspection to Uncle Tian. Hello, Lian. Ano ba si Uncle Tian? Okay ka ba, Tian? Saan ba? Sa baba. Hello, sir? Ay, may napatay akong manok. Kita mo yan? Kita mo yan? Kaya mo yan? Kaya mo yan? Hindi mo kaya yun. Kasi naka-spear ka. Nasaan ba si Uncle Tian? Ayun, sakto yung lipad ko. Paglapag ko dito, upo. Oh, ay puta, hindi ko na upo. You tell Uncle Tian about the assessment process. Ay, wala na.
I see.
Aray ko.
Then it's more or less as I anticipated.
Yes, yes,
Alright.
yes.
Then let me ask this. The ideas in Zhi Yi's manifesto are very
Ganda
similar to
niya,
your
oh.
own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Pero hindi gumagalaw yung bibig.
I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates.
Mamaya kayo sa
Fear
akin.
of your judgment. But
Yeah.
I can tell you now. Those three candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his
Pero wala
business.
silang beard.
Ning Guo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them,
Si
he was with me for the longest duration.
Sino si Xi? Yung mataba.
How did you get to know them all, Uncle Tien?
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work. As for Jerry, I was pure happenstance. We first met while fishing. Gradually,
Ululong.
as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts
Ano bang
of
ano,
topics.
bakit kailangan si Traveler ang sasama sa'yo? Ang Keltian. Ano namang gagawin namin?
But he was a gifted student.
Pag may papapatay kayo, dun lang.
He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So
Oh?
I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing.
Sounds like he's a friend to you.
Quickly he got on.
Oh, really?
Quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How
Malamang.
time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
Malamang.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You
Cycle
still
of
seem in
life
pretty
nga eh.
good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't
Few,
you?
few years. Mga ano,
Oh,
0.2.
There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing.
Talaga eh, 200 years old ka na eh.
Finally have a good reason to retire and spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing.
Fishing?
Fishing whenever I feel like it.
Ngayon, mga isda ka dyan.
I love fishing, Uncle Tian.
Hindi Paimon, ayaw niya.
Quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most
Freshly caught
beautiful
fish.
soup with barely any preparation required.
Fish soup.
Fresh fish soup.
Sarap. Paksiw yun.
Tasty.
Paksiw.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Jury purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman.
Ano, old fisherman.
Surprisingly, Jury always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance.
Papalutuin nyo kami, no?
The addition of these makes the soup taste even more wonderful. That flavor makes for a fond memory.
Ang boring mo, sir.
Who knows how many more
Nantok ako
chances
sa'yo.
I'll have to taste it again.
Ayan, magluluto na nga.
Can Paimon come next time too?
Hindi na, Paimon, wag na.
To try it.
Pati,
Let's get back
sige
to
tuloy.
the
Sige, doon ka na sumama.
Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
Mm-hmm. I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Jury's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right.
Dilata.
Please disregard all
Sarap
other
dilata,
considerations
tapos ano,
and make your
gigisa mo siya.
decision.
Yung sardinas.
A thorough review of each
Tapos may
of my
sili.
talents.
Pwede mo lagyan ng kalamansi kung meron.
Remember, you must
Sarap.
be thorough.
Understood.
Nakakamay ka kumain.
Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Hindi ka magkukutsara.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Look after yourself.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Ayaw na kita makita uli. You follow Yelan outside.
Cheery, right?
Ewan ko sa'yo.
Manifesto was
Yung
really
mataba.
good.
Gusto niya yung mataba.
The best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Delata si Paimon. Hindi ko gets. Bakit delata si Paimon?
Gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear.
Yung mataba yung pipiliin nito.
Work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels.
Ibang tao.
For example, Wen Yuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Mga tauhan niya.
Lady,
Yes.
what are your orders?
Yung meme.
Who are they? Where did they
Hindi
come
ko
from?
gets. Ano yun? Kwento mo. Ikwento mo. Hindi ko gets. Ano yung kwento na meme about Paimon na dilata. O masyado na lang akong hindi aware.
As required. Xianghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading.
Oh, si Tepe ito eh.
Yuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not
Upei.
here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea
Meat
surveillance for
ka
some
dapat.
time now. Is he all right? I seem to remember.
Wait lang baka matagal tong quest.
Nothing can take that guy down.
Nip ka na ba? Sasamahan na ba kita? Gusto
Xianghua,
kasi sanang tapusin muna to eh. Makakapaghintay ka ba?
Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work files.
Ming boss.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay.
what about Jury?
Wala na yun. Salita lang yun.
Ji. Well, obviously, as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him.
Ginawa siyang isda.
Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people.
Kasi ano siya, emergency food.
We can find out all kinds of
Ano yan
things.
sa mga Genshin posts ba yan?
Why don't we try
Hindi ko talaga nai-gets. Ano lang kwento talaga to si Sir eh.
at the North Wharf? Maybe he has some news for us.
Maybe he'll have some news for
That's
us.
actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
Ano daw? Saan daw ka pupunta? Hindi. Okay lang, nag-condense na ka. Okay, sige. Wait mo na lang ako ha. Baka mga ano to, 5 hours tong stream na to. Dahil dito sa quest. Go to the North Wharf to look for Bolai. Saan si Bolai? Bolai. Genshin Impact Memes Group
Take
Chuchu.
it easy.
Send padala sa akin.
What's Polite doing here today?
Pupuntahan natin.
Look, your asking price for
Ito yung nagtitinda ng mga ano, illegal na ano, ng mga goods dito sa baba ng ano, Yue. Si Chipping.
Single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so.
Even so.
All right. I'll
Fish
let you in
rush.
on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet.
Wala, ano nangyari sa
If you
phone
won't
ko?
take it, I'll just have to partner with them instead.
Nag-lock.
Neither of us wants that.
Okay. Well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stock. Don't sell a single one to Second Life.
Sarap naman, French fries.
Oh,
Aray
what
ko.
are you doing here?
Nakatayo.
And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
I've got more than enough in my bag.
We want to ask
Gago.
you about a guy
Sabi na
named
yun.
Jury.
Traveler.
Have you heard of him before?
Jerry?
Siya.
Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local community. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Jerry never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, he even helped support the family. He returned
Bait naman pala
cruelty
eh.
with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and oh, how did I not notice him sooner? In fact, maybe I'm not too late. If I could hire him to be the brand ambassador for Wanyo Boutique.
Wanyo.
Oh, he sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a brand ambassador too?
Wala kang pakialam.
Well,
Bida ka ba?
in that case, the higher bidder takes the... Ah, that's Jerry right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where? Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with
Lin
Lena.
lang.
Come on, let's follow them and listen in.
Eh, hampasin ko lang si Bolay. Wait lang.
We want this information to be as truthful as
Nako,
possible.
ito na naman yung nakayuko.
I'll just go and fetch an employment
Shut up.
contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
Lul. Yun ka. Saan eh, hampasin ko yun.
Let's walk and talk.
What are you waiting for? We won't hear anything at this rate.
Ay, nako, nag-load. Ang layo na. Sasapakin ko si Bolay eh.
Try not to let him
Oo na, alam ko.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
Puta ito, halata naman talaga to.
hurry. Don't get too close.
Ay
He'll see.
po, tangina. Eh ayoko eh. Gusto ko hampasan lang. Walang ano. Gago naman itong mga to eh.
Try not to let him see.
Oo na.
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
Tapos pag sobrang layo naman, hindi rin gagana. Sira ulo.
So, you're looking to buy a wineware set?
Huwag kang tumingin dito,
Now,
Ivanovich.
I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand.
Ayaw mo,
that I
ako
have
makita mo yung itlog niya. Dali. Hey,
The
Hey.
truth is, an old friend of mine who likes to have a drink.
walang pake.
He fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance.
Push up lang.
So I
1,
thought I might buy
2,
a set of high-quality
3.
fakes.
4,
Very
5,
thoughtful of you.
6.
Leave it
Kahit
to
sa
me.
tuwad 7,
Collect
8,
Sigu antiques
9,
whenever is
10.
convenient.
Jumping jack. 1, 2, 3. Ay, ay, ay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Up, 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 up.
Miss Linlong?
It's my pleasure, Mr.
Saksakin ka na.
Lee. These
Saksakin ka
days,
na.
it's quite rare for someone of
Saksakin ka
my
na ba,
stage
Yelan?
to still
Patayin ko na to.
with their old friends. It's nice to see.
Oh, puto na.
I'll be sure to pick
Oh,
out
oh,
a good
puto.
set for you.
Oh,
You
oh.
can count on me.
Ito ba yung naka-stealth? Stealth moves. Oh, puta ka. Kala ko hindi pa gagana eh. Si Bolay, papaluin ko si Bolay eh.
Seems you get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan?
Hindi, pupunta yun sa treasure hoarder.
He's a great guy.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Ang
just yet.
GTA na dive.
Let's go check out the wharf where he usually
Ang
goes
ganda,
fishing.
di ba?
Do we have to?
Naiirita ako sa quest na ganun eh, yung
Wait.
nung mga unang-una talaga na ang hirap talaga niya.
On Jiri because
Kasi di ba alam kung lalayo ka o lalapit ka, nakakabuisit.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do
Ganda ng
become
mata niya,
teacher,
oh. Blue-green.
well for you guys, you'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
Ba't hindi nalalaglag yung jacket niya?
we will.
Laser.
Off to the South Wharf we go.
Kaya na si Paimon. Go and check the South Wharf. Ano yung South Wharf? Ah, dito. Kaya suntokin ko lang si Bolay. O gago ka eh. Oh, tangin mo. Oh, kaki pa. Dul. Ano sabi ko? Ah. Okay. Ayan, hayaan nyo lang yung auto-comment na yun. Dul, dul. Uy, 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 mga bata. Yay! Yay! Ano yung talon-talon nyo? Ikaw, huwag mo pagalitan yung mga bata. Ano ba to South Wharf na to? Swimming ka muna, Yelan. Swimming ka muna dito. Go and check the South Wharf. Time Space Wharf. Time Space Wharf. Ang laki naman ng bangus na to. Ay, hello po. Bago lang po kasi ako. Here. Hello, bago. Kamusta ka naman?
As busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmongers.
Talaga ba nag-Genshin, Allison?
Let's see what Uncle Soon has to say.
Uncle Soon. Talk to Uncle Soon. Opo, tignan nyo po badge ko. Walang top fan. Wala nga. Hindi ka naman nagpupunta dito. Ngayon ka lang nga nadalaw dito. Diba, Uncle Soon?
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Gusto ko ng ng lechon. May lechon ka ba dito?
Sorry, sorry to interrupt.
Ay, wala.
We're actually members of the Liyue Anglers Association, and we just wanted to ask a few questions about someone.
Mga kayong
We've heard
mangingisda,
about
no?
this young man called Jur-E, who's supposed to be a
Jur-E?
fantastic fisherman. Just wondering if you happen to have heard of him?
Hindi.
Whoa! Yeon made up a whole fake identity. Without
Naririnig ka kaya? Gago.
Ah, yes, Jury. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him.
Oh, hello, you're there.
Apparently,
Hello.
he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several jobs alongside his studies to make ends meet. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Antayin na.
Well, if there's anything to that logic, he's sure to be phenomenally successful one day.
Yeah, we think so too.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for a disappointment.
Illegal.
Why is that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible.
Mediocre.
Equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top anglers I could put you in touch with.
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing. See you.
See you.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Hindi ba pwedeng ikaw na lang? Continue looking for clues at the wharf. Obviously, dito kay Uncle Gao. Uncle Gao.
Here to buy some fish? It's
Hindi.
300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
Malamang.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she switched identity again.
Society for Fish Price Research? I haven't done anything illegal. Stay out of my business.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct a simple survey. We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish
Jur-E.
at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said
Yo,
something, you know.
Jump.
I know the guy. I can tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh, dahil.
Why is that?
Because
No,
he's
nakakita
so
Paimon.
his parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him.
So, scammer to si ano.
He was still a
J.E.
kid when he first came to
J.E.
Wolf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a
J.E.
bandage wrapped around his head. And he managed to survive.
Laki nung
thanks to
tilapia, oh.
Uncle Tien, who gave him some food.
Isang linggo
Still
yan.
to this day, he
Isang
never
linggo,
found
isang
out
ano.
to his name.
Isang parte.
I mean, he can afford to
Prito mo
eat.
yung chan, palutungin mo.
You'll often see him haggling
Para
for
masarap
just a
kainin.
few mora. So
Nakakasuya.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been
Ipaksiw mo yung ulo.
selling fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business.
Tilapia yan. Oh, tilapia yan, sir.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I
Malaking
spoke to
tilapia.
him once, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him. That's all.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the price of my fish.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay, let's keep going.
Pwede bang ikaw na lang? Continue looking for clues at the wharf. 1 out of 2. Look for the
Take
objectives
it easy.
in this area. So, dahil siya lang yung kulay gray, nga hanapin mo kulay gray din. So, ito yung bata. Dugo show. Catfish ata, bangus. Bangus ba?
Wait, what's the phrase?
Hindi, yung ano niya, yung ulo niya eh. Hindi patulis.
What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but
Ay,
newcomers to
catfish,
this
hito
territory.
pala
We
sinasabi
heard
mo.
tell of a great martial artist, Master
Yung may
Duke,
bigote.
who knows everything there is to know. Hence, we sought you out to ask for your guidance.
Really?
Master Jugu.
I know everything there is to know?
But of course, we also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and
Dude.
virtuous swordsman who never turns away anyone who comes with questions.
Great! So
Oh.
what do you wish to know? Nothing happens on this street that I don't know about.
Ano, una, itlog manok.
Now she's lying to a kid.
I guess it's a white
So,
lie.
Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
Have? You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are
May
talking
delusion
about?
yung batang yan.
I've heard many tales of jury.
Pati yung buhok eh. Si Tepe yan.
I can't remember.
Itlog muna.
Because it's nothing that important.
Paano nagawa yung itlog?
Oh, I can
Kung walang manok.
completely understand that. Then let me ask you this. Do you remember roughly when the grown-ups started talking about Jur-E?
I know that. It was about 2 or 3 months ago. Before that, people always used to talk about jury in a kind
Chili.
of nasty
Iba-iba
tone.
pronunciation niya.
2 or 3
Ayun
months
o.
ago, suddenly
Tilapia.
everyone started to like him. Sometimes he gives me candies, so I'm glad that people are starting to like him now.
Just as I thought.
Paano nagawa yung manok pag walang itlog?
I mean, just as I thought.
May itlog yung
Master
manok.
Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about jury stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great. So next time I see them, I'll say
Matalon-talon
hi,
pa to eh.
and I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi.
Boring naman na ito.
Thank you, man.
Re-report ko na naman to sa survey.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well, Master Dugu.
Until we meet again.
Takbo na.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it? Ji seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gao spoke highly of him, and Dugu Shuo seems to like him too.
True.
Bobong mihoyo yan.
Where did his sudden celebrity come from?
Marinig ka.
Seems too good to be true.
Kaya patalo ka sa 50-50.
Too good to be true? What do you mean?
So he returns cruelty with kindness and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle Soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. That's a little over the top, if you ask me. Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect from any normal person. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening within the last 2 or 3 months. His childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are these stories only going around now?
When you put it like that, it is kinda strange.
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any further. Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign.
Someone's helping him.
Right. And that changes everything. It can mean a powerful faction is trying to gain influence over the Liu at Xixing. That's the worst case scenario. but all too often,
Patuloy.
most pessimistic speculation turns out to be closest to the truth.
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? That sounds serious. What should we do? Even if we asked Jiri about it, surely there's no way he'd admit it.
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is duty-bound to implement their plan after taking office, their manifesto tells us their stance on key issues. Whoever is secretly helping Jir-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment.
Di pa siya nakikita sa akin eh.
We should be able to find some hints in Jir-E's manifesto on who we're dealing with. Come on, let's get back to Yenshang Tea House.
Genshin Tea House. Hello sir, padaan.
Uy,
Nasa klase
salamat
pa.
sa pag-like 18 John Cuelte
Ay,
din.
ikaw pala yung John. Hello John. Sige lang sir. Galingan mo John. Go back to Yanshang Tea House and check the manifesto.
Take it easy.
Tayo aakyat. Hindi para pwede. Harang yung bubong eh. Di ko pa nagagawa quest yan.
Covers a huge range of topics. Looking for
Busy ka ata ah. Dapat tapos mo na to eh. Isang linggo na, mag-isang linggo na.
You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, we'll put our heads together.
Hindi, lagpas naman.
Officially, the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to
Kailan ba
release
to?
the
Tuesday
results
to, di ba?
very soon. So we have to get to the bottom of this as quickly as we can.
Okay.
We better hurry.
Whatever else Uncle Tian might think of Jir-E, the fact remains
Jir-E.
that he's one of his favorite students. Any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious. We'll have to look carefully and think critically.
Uy? Iba ikaw lang? Uy! 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 Kamukha kami! Check the manifesto carefully. Ba't tayo magkamukha? Sino ang tunay sa atin? Sino ang tunay sa atin? Ha? Ha?
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through.
Huwag ka na kasi maki-epal.
We gotta start somewhere.
Read Chapter C. Due to variety of factors. Sea storms. Putik, nagbabasa ako eh. I suggest we set up a special patrol unit to deal with sea monsters. The fleet should consist of the following. Covers various issues related to coastal defense. Read Chapter Rock. Much of US folklore suggests that Rex Lapis left a great deal of wealth in the mountains of Liyue.
Uy, salamat sa pag-like
Impostor.
Kunid.
Sino ang nag-like? Sorry, hindi ko naintindihan. Ano sinabi mo, Atala? Sino ang nag-like? Hello sa'yo? Wait lang, hindi ko makita. I-refresh ko lang. Sino nag-like? Wait lang. Hindi siya kita. Teka, tsaka sa sa dashboard. Wait lang Hello sa'yo. Hindi ko naintindihan yung sinabi ni Tala. Baka magkamali tayo ng sasabihin. Wait lang. However, due to obstacles hindering the excavation operation at the chasm, many projects have been called off. The workers of the Blackcliff Forge I've been idle near the Golden House for a long time now. When any suitable projects arise. Rise! Covers mining, tunnel construction, and ruin exploration. Nasaan na yung dashboard ko? Naglalag ako, wait lang. Hindi kasi binanggit ng maayos ni Tala eh. Read chapter roads. The treacherous terrain around Stone Forest, and Changyan Peak means the area has weak transport links. Naglag na ako. The sheer mountain peaks. Teka, naglag na ako, hindi ko na makita. Connected only by rope bridges. They are dangerous to walk on and wholly unsuited to the transportation of goods. These areas are rich in medicinal herbs and ore deposits. Building a road network around the mountains would be beneficial for everyone. Hindi na nag-green. Close ko na lang siya. Nag-aano na yung stem ko. Naglalag na. Sorry, hindi ko na yung yun na yung nag-like. Naglalag na oh. Wait lang. Covers plans to build rocks and bridges. Roads pala, malibasa ko. Stop reading. Wala namang ibang option. Hello, connecting lang ako dito. Tago naman ito eh. Kaya na gumana. Wala ka namang ginawa, Paimon.
The first one back, as usual.
Wala. Waiting for signal pa rin ako. Shangwa.
You're back. That means you finished investigating Tianwei, right?
Putang ina. Wala na, cleanhouse ko na oh. Ba't naglalag ka pa din? Nagwala. Wala na akong window.
I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Tap ko eh.
Don't drag this out. Just tell
Wala
us
na
your
tuloy.
feelings.
Ano nangyari sa life ko?
Yes, Lady Elan.
Connecting na lang siya sa akin.
To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Tianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go on to give a generally positive appraisal of him. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Tianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way he works. Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Re-open ko na lang muna siya. Wala na.
Who'd have thought?
Nangyari? Wala na. Hindi na nag-connect.
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the businesses under his
Close ko
name?
muna si Noxbot.
In theory, that should be very difficult. Here's the thing. I asked around
Okay
and
pa ba sa
found out that
Twitch?
almost all of Chienwei's accounts are open to the public.
Naglo-load yung Twitch eh. Yung Facebook, ewan ko kung problema nitong hype na to.
Where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't
Bigla
seem
nawala yung
interested in
Facebook.
protecting it at all. Chen often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that can still make mora is pretty infuriating when you think about it.
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
To validate his theories. No wonder his
Despite
manifesto
that.
contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
Kailangan ko ata i-clear si Google Chrome. Nagtatarantado na.
I'm back.
I'm back. Hello back.
How come you're here?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I hadn't had something else to take care of on the way, I would back long before you. Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating Mingbo.
Well, we're all ears.
Naglag na ako.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbo struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers. But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbo at all exaggerated?
Close ko lahat. Wait lang.
I don't believe so. Mingbo is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the ministry often gets Mingbo to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Ming-Golding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Whoa, that's hard to imagine.
Like I said before, things are not always as they appear.
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. I'm starting to get it now.
Thank you both. You're free to go now.
Wala na.
So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have a bit left.
I can't see any immediate problems looking at the individual entries. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Chengshu Pool redevelopment plan.
Di pa rin okay.
Chengshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there.
Baka naglolo ko si
More
Facebook.
secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath Qiangshu Pool. A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory excavation there.
So, did they find any treasure?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open with a special kind of explosive. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoarders, the Fatui, even local Liyue factions. Did you find anything?
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifesto? Oh yeah! Juri said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Zhi-Yi wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Qiangshu Pool.
Okay na ba to?
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is
Medyo naglalag pa rin.
supporter?
Nagloko na yung internet ko. Yung software na lang naka-open sa akin eh.
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They aren't involved with any powerful factions at present. They do possess some specialized explosives, but it would seem more trouble than it's worth to put so many resources into a risky project like this. Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
Hanapin mo.
Shenwei and Mingbo both turned out
Go to Blackcliff Forge to investigate.
What about Juri? Is there another side to him too?
Ewan ko.
It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna...
Ay, sir. Sir, naglalag na ako, sir eh. Pero ano nangyari? Naglag ako, sir. Oh, naglag na ako eh. Dami, quit na natin to. Ay, gago ka, Paimon. Hindi ko na control. Raulo si Paimon eh.
This is the Blackcliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
Iron shoulder. Nothing of note happened today. Nothing of note happened today. Payday. Three new recruits joined. They can join us at a time like this. One of the newcomers is very skilled. He got made the team leader. Nothing of role happened today.
What's this?
From the back, it looks like a ledger, but it seems they also use it as a site log. We don't know who wrote it, but it's, don't you think? These
Ay, ko
newcomers
tanggalin si
could have sent it.
YouTube. Out mo tayo sa YouTube. Kung magbabago.
You think there's this?
Wala na, ayun.
Yes. Look, it says right there, one of them's already been promoted to team leader. At this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical backbone of the team. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any secret texts or steal any... Imagine if we didn't suspect